Okay, so it's time for Get Moving. Time for Get Moving Child Story Time. So let's start out with a stretch.
Stretch. Stretch with me. Hands in the air. Count to 3. Hold it right there. Stretch up high for a snack in the trees. Stretch out wide for a ride on the breeze. Can you stretch to the ceiling? Can you stretch to the floor? You can stretch with a whisper. You can stretch with a roar. I can stretch underwater. I can stretch on a wave. I can stretch on a surfboard if I'm very, very brave. Some will stretch to show you feathers. Some will stretch to show you spots. A stretch that goes a stretch too far might tie you up in knots. A yawn is just a stretch that starts down deep inside. It travels up into your mouth and makes it open wide. If I were an inchworm, I'd stretch from place to place. If I were an astronaut, I'd stretch in outer space. I stretch my lungs to take a breath, then blow out nice and slow. A bubble will stretch and stretch until there's no room left to grow. Pop! If you stretch me and I stretch you, we'll stretch twice as far. Who knows what we can do? The end.
Okay, so I hope you liked that stretch. And now let's do some wiggles.
Wiggle. Do you wake up with a wiggle? Do you wiggle out of bed? If you wiggle with your breakfast, it might wind up on your head. First, wiggle where your tail would be. Then wiggle all your hair. Feeling extra silly? Wiggle in your underwear. Can you wiggle with your shadow? Can you wiggle with your toys? When you wiggle with gorillas, do they make a wiggle noise? Can you wiggle in the water? Wiggle one fin on each side. Or wiggle like a crocodile. open big and wide. When you wiggle where your wings would be, wiggles fill the sky. Wiggle slowly when with polar bears, they're very wiggle shy. Snakes are one big wiggle. No wings, no tails, no feet. Some wiggles are worth waiting for. Wiggle, wiggle, tweet! Would you join me for a wiggle? Would you wiggle on the moon? I think we're out of wiggles now. See you wiggle soon. The end.
Okay, so did you enjoy those wiggles? And now we're going to enjoy a story about two worms. And we're going to be two worms. And when they talk, we're going to use one hand and the other. Okay? So let's enjoy. Let's pretend we're worms. What do worms do? I'm on Facebook Live. So you can join me if you want to do it. What we're doing. Okay, so it's called Wiggle and Waggle. Get some people in the library today. Isn't that wonderful? Next week we'll do this.
A digging song. Wiggle and Waggle were worms. They lived in the garden. All day long, they dug in the dirt. They slid between the beets. They looped around the carrots. They pushed under the peas. Their tunnels gave the plants room to grow.
This is hard work.
Moaned Wiggle.
We will never be done.
Let's sing as we dig,
said Waggle. Wiggle sang the high notes. Waggle sang the low notes.
La 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 la. We wiggle,
and waggle,
squiggle,
and squirm.
digging in dirt.
Is the life
Of a worm.
We dig and we sing all day long. Our wiggly waggly gardening song.
They dug long tunnels, short tunnels, fat tunnels, and thin tunnels. Soon all the garden rows were done,
What a good song.
said Wiggle.
It made our work go faster.
Let's sing it one more time.
Said Waggle.
We wiggle,
And waggle,
squiggle,
and squirm.
digging in dirt.
Is the life
Of a worm.
We dig and we sing all day long. Our wiggly waggly gardening song.
That was fun.
Said Wiggle.
Yes,
Said Waggle.
we are a good team.
I agree.
Said Wiggle.
Let's dig again tomorrow.
A big rock.
Okay, so I hoped you enjoyed that story, and now we're going to sing some songs. You can join me. First one is going to be Aiken Drum.
There was a man who lived in the moon, in the moon, in the moon. There was a man who lived in the moon, and his name was Aiken Drum. He played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. He played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. His hair was made of spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti. His hair was made of spaghetti, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, the ladle, the ladle. He played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. His eyes were made of fried eggs, fried eggs, fried eggs. His eyes were made of fried eggs, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. He played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. His ears were made of apricots, apricots, apricots. His ears were made of apricots, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. He played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. His nose was made of carrots, carrots, carrots. His nose was made of carrots, and his name was Aiken Drum. He played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. He played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. His mouth was made of an orange, an orange, an orange. His mouth was made of an orange, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. He played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. Oh, there was a man who lived in the moon, in the moon, in the moon. There was a man who lived in the moon, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. He played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum.
So I hope you enjoyed that song. And we're going to sing another song. She'll be coming round the mountain. We'll be acting that out too. Going around the mountain or coming around the mountain.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. Yeehaw! She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. Yeehaw! Oh, we'll all go out to meet her when she comes. Wow, baby! Oh, we'll all go out to meet her when she comes. Ah, baby! Oh, we'll all go out to meet her. We'll all go out to meet her. We'll all go out to meet her when she comes. Hi, babe! She'll be wearing red pajamas when she comes. She'll be wearing red pajamas when she comes. She'll be wearing red pajamas. She'll be wearing red pajamas. She'll be wearing red pajamas when she comes. We will have to sleep with Grandma when she comes. We will have to sleep with Grandma when she comes. We will have to sleep with Grandma. We will have to sleep with Grandma. We will have to sleep with Grandma when she comes. We'll be singing hallelujah when she comes. Hallelujah! We'll be singing hallelujah when she comes. Hallelujah! We'll be singing hallelujah. We'll be singing hallelujah. We'll be singing hallelujah chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yum, yum. We will all have chicken and dumplings. We will all have chicken and dumplings. We'll all have chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yum, yum. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Yee-haw! She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Yee-haw! She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
We're on Facebook. Yeah, got some people in the library. Isn't that nice? Maybe they can join us for the in-person one, which starts next Monday. Tuesday.
Wait,
We'll be in person.
They can see my big sister.
Yeah, so if you don't want to be on Facebook Live, you should stay out of the corner because you can be on Facebook Live right now. Isn't that cool? Okay, yay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to read the next part of the story. Let's do that. Next part of the story. So we're going to read the next part of the story. And again, we're worms, we're Wiggle and Waggle. And this is called a big rock. They find a big rock. What are they going to do with the big rock? Let's find out.
Wiggle liked to dig fast. He zoomed around the corn. He zipped under the beans. He zagged between the potatoes. Sometimes Wiggle forgot to look where he was going. Bump! He hit something hard.
Ouch!
Ouch!
He cried. A rock was in his way.
A rock! Rock!
Wiggle tried to go over the rock. It was too high. He tried to go around the rock. It was too wide,
This rock is too big.
said Wiggle.
I will have to move it.
Wiggle took a deep breath. He pushed hard. The rock did not budge. Wiggle tried again. Still the rock did not move,
This rock is stuck.
said Wiggle.
Let me help.
Offered Waggle. Wiggle and Waggle leaned against the rock,
1, 2, 3, push!
said Waggle. Wiggle and Waggle pushed. The rock began to roll.
Hooray!
Shouted Wiggle.
Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, push!
Little by little, they rolled the rock out of the garden, down the hill, and into the ditch. Kerplunk,
Thank you.
said Wiggle.
Now I can dig fast again.
I was happy to help.
Said Waggle.
That's what friends are for.
A day off. Wiggle and Waggle worked hard every day. The plants grew big and strong,
Let's take a day off.
said Wiggle.
How about a picnic?
Said Waggle.
I will bring dirt rolls and bug juice.
Said Wiggle.
I will make a mud pie.
Said Waggle. Wiggle and Waggle packed their food. They climbed to the top of the hill,
Too windy.
said Wiggle. They went to the woods,
Too shady.
said Waggle. They slid to the pond,
Too many bugs.
said Wiggle. Wiggle and Waggle looked up at the sky. A big dark cloud was coming their way. Rain began to fall,
We can't stay here.
said Waggle.
It is too wet.
Wiggle and Waggle hurried back to the garden. They slid under a pail,
Let's wait here.
said Wiggle. Splish, splash, the rain poured down,
I'm hungry.
said Wiggle.
Have a dirt roll.
Said Waggle. Soon all the dirt rolls were gone. Pitter-patter, The rain poured down,
I'm thirsty.
said Wiggle,
Have some bug juice.
said Waggle. Soon they drank the last drop. Plip, plop. The rain poured down,
Something sweet would taste nice.
said Wiggle,
Have some mud pie.
said Waggle. Soon they ate the last slice,
What a good picnic.
said Wiggle,
Yes,
said Waggle.
we picked the perfect spot.
Too much.
So I hope you enjoyed those 2 chapters of those books. And now we're going to do some more singing of some more songs. So let's enjoy. This time we're going to sing Down by the Bay, and it repeats a lot. So it says the line, and then I'm going to repeat it. So you can join with me if you want. That would be great.
Down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home.
I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say,
My mother will say,
did you ever see a bear combing his hair? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say,
My mother will say,
did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say,
My mother will say,
did you ever see a pig wearing a wig? Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home.
I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say,
My mother will say,
did you ever see a goose kissing a moose? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow,
watermelons grow.
back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say,
My mother will say,
did you ever see a cat wearing a hat? Did you ever see a goat sailing a boat? Did you ever see a mouse building a house? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow,
watermelons grow.
back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say,
My mother will say,
did you ever see a dragon riding a wagon? Down by the bay.
down by the bay. So, did you enjoy that song? And now we have another song, which is one of my favorites as well. So let's enjoy that song. And this one is Wheels on the Bus. You guys might know it. You can sing it with me if you want to. Want to sing Wheels on the Bus with me?
Are you ready, kids? Let's go.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, shut. Doors on the bus go open and shut all through town. Wipers on the bus go whoosh, 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 whoosh. The wipers on the bus go whoosh, 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 all through town. The people on the bus go up and down, up and down, up and down. The people on the bus go up and down, all through the town. The babies on the bus go wow, 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 wow. The babies on the bus go wow, 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 all through the town. The parents on the bus say, I love you, I love you, I love you. The parents on the bus say, I love you, all through the town. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
Okay, so hope you enjoyed that song. And we have one final song. And hope you can join me next week in person. We'll be doing it in person as well as on Zoom. So that'll be fun. So what song would you like to do today? Make up my mind which one I want to do. And so you can also look for songs by choosing a time. So we can go to, this is all from our website. So these are all available anytime. You can choose it by the length of playing. So here's one of my favorites, Bingo.
There was a man who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a man who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a man who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a man who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a man who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh,
No letters, all clapping.
there was a man who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh,
Are you doing it? And
Bingo was his name. Oh,
well, thank you for sharing this Get Moving story time. Again, starting next week, it will be instead of on Mondays, it's going to be on Tuesdays. And so the first one will be September 7th, and it's going to be both in person and on Facebook Live. So it's exciting. We're moving up. So we're having more people come into the library. I had some kids come today. So glad to see some of the little faces. So join us next week in the library at 11 o'clock on Tuesday for Get Moving Child Story Time. See you then.